Everyone knows what hunger is. That ache you feel in your stomach when you haven't paused to eat a meal as you cram through a last-minute essay, or waiting for lunch as the time seems to progressively slow like it's taunting you. But did you know that hunger isn't just your stomach? Instead, hunger is a process that is helped by a large portion of your body. According to the National Institute of Health, hunger is a psychological state characterized by the desire to eat. When we are hungry, our bodies give us a signal. Our stomach begins to growl, deflating and collapsing in on itself. But the stomach becoming weaker isn't the only cause of hunger. Glucose, or sugar, might be something you've heard of before in a science class when you've looked at a plant cell or the process of photosynthesis. But it's also something that we have inside our bodies and provides us with energy. When we run low, our hypothalamus, the area of our brain that gives us the impulse to eat, creates orexin, which makes us hungry and alerts us that we need to eat. Insulin is then produced to assist the glucose's process of turning into energy. After we satisfy our bodies with a meal or a snack, the protein leptin is created from fat cells, telling us that we've had enough to eat. Way back in the 1950s, scientists conducted multiple tests on rats. They went in with the goal of discovering the part or parts of the brain that was responsible for hunger and how that related to appetite. Scientists would stimulate the hypothalamus of the brain, and they found that the rats would continue to eat, even when they were full or weren't hungry before the experiment. As you can imagine, those rats became very chunky. Additionally, some rats had their hypothalamuses removed. Researchers could observe how it influenced their appetite. The rats lost their drives to eat and later on died of starvation. I'd like to give a content warning for eating disorders. If you'd like to click off the video or take a little nap at your desk, I completely understand. Bulimia nervosa and anorexia nervosa are probably two conditions we've all heard of. Both are psychological disorders that have to do with the consumption of food. Bulimia nervosa is a condition that compels people to compulsively or uncontrollably eat large intakes of food. They then expel or purge it through various means, such as self-indulged vomiting, excessive exercise, laxative abuse, and diuretic abuse. Often, the sufferers are teenage girls with low self-esteem. Bulimia nervosa can cause a variety of different health problems for a person's mental health, teeth, and gastrointestinal tract. Anorexia nervosa is a condition that makes people obsess over their weight and food. People with this disorder employ unusual eating habits so they're able to have more control in their lives. People with anorexia will undereat to induce weight loss. The people commonly struggling with this disorder are young women who have a career in athletics or modeling. The consequences of this disorder is psychological damage, tooth decay, gastrointestinal order, or even death. This has been The Psychology of Hunger. I'm Claire Clements, and please give me a 5. Those rats soon became very chunky. Additionally, some rats had their hypothalamuses removed.